It was the moment that stopped royal watchers in their tracks. Across Spain and beyond, from royal enthusiasts to seasoned palace correspondents, the buzz was undeniable. King Felipe VI, known for his steady hand and calculated composure, has just taken an unexpected step involving his daughter, Princess Leonor, a decision that has left even the most traditional monarchists reeling. The Spanish royal family, long revered for its protocol and stability, now finds itself thrust into a whirlwind of speculation, admiration, and, for some, disbelief. Just when it seemed like the royal calendar was flowing with predictable elegance, military ceremonies, public appearances, and charitable engagements, King Felipe pivoted. And this pivot has everything to do with Leonor, the future queen whose every move is scrutinized and weighed. The teenage heir has always been a symbol of Spain's continuity, a bridge between the modern world and the regal past. But now, she is something else entirely, a central figure in a moment of bold change. It began quietly, as many royal bombshells do. Subtle signals, an unexpected reshuffling of the royal agenda, whispers within court circles, and sudden appearances that defied previous planning. Then came the announcement. King Felipe has authorized a rare and significant protocol shift for Princess Leonor, effectively preparing her to step into more powerful, public-facing roles far earlier than many anticipated. This isn't just about speeches or ceremonial sword-holding. Sources close to Zarzuela Palace indicate that Leonor is being actively mentored not just as a figurehead, but as a future strategist, a constitutional monarch in the making with responsibilities her predecessors didn't take on until decades into adulthood. But why now? Why so suddenly? And what is at stake? Spain has long grappled with balancing monarchy with democracy, heritage with progression. Leonor, born in the age of smartphones and social movements, represents a unique opportunity for evolution. Unlike her father, who ascended to the throne amid political fragility and social uncertainty, Leonor's reign, if and when it arrives, must begin from a place of unity. And Felipe knows that unity can't be demanded, it must be built. By placing Leonor into the heart of royal diplomacy and decision-making early on, he's ensuring she is more than just a symbol, she's a player. But with boldness comes backlash. Not everyone is pleased. Critics argue the timing is premature, that Leonor should be shielded longer from the burdens of monarchy, especially at a time when public scrutiny is sharper than ever. Already, social media is ablaze with contrasting views. Some praise the king's vision, calling it a masterstroke in modernization. Others decry it as reckless, a deviation from the measured path the crown has always walked. Royal insiders, however, paint a different picture, one of deep strategy and emotional complexity. Felipe, say those close to him, has long seen Leonor as more than his daughter. She is, to him, the embodiment of Spain's future. Having faced the weight of the throne himself under tense circumstances following King Juan Carlos's abdication, he is determined that Leonor enter her chapter prepared, not pressured. He remembers what it was like to be thrust into duty with the shadow of scandal looming large. For Leonor, the stakes are different, but the pressure no less immense. Observers at the Royal Guard's recent ceremonies noted Leonor's posture, her expressions, her quiet command. She no longer walks like a child, one seasoned royal journalist whispered. She walks like someone who knows the nation is watching. And indeed, they are. Her recent enrollment in the General Military Academy of Zaragoza was already seen as a major milestone, but now, that path appears to be accelerating. Sources say she has been privately attending high-level briefings on national policy, and has even begun taking discreet foreign language tutorials designed for diplomatic engagement. Gone are the days of symbolic tiaras and glittering galas. Leonor is being honed into a stateswoman, and King Felipe is ensuring her training isn't performative but transformative. Behind closed doors, Queen Letizia is believed to be both supportive and intensely protective. Those who have worked with her describe her as an anchor in Leonor's life, someone who tempers royal duty with maternal grounding. Letizia, herself once a journalist, understands optics, messaging, and the relentless gaze of the public. She is said to be carefully curating Leonor's rise, ensuring she is not simply consumed by monarchy but molded by it with integrity and purpose. Meanwhile, public reception has been surprisingly emotional. In cities like Madrid, Seville, and Barcelona, crowds gathered during Leonor's last public address to cheer her on, with many holding placards that read, Nuestra Reina del Futuro, our queen of the future. She has become, in many ways, a vessel of hope, especially for the younger generation, who see in her a relatable yet aspirational figure. She studies, she serves, she stumbles occasionally. She is not infallible, but she is visible, and that makes all the difference. Still, uncertainty lingers. Will this shift hold under pressure? What if political tides turn? Spain's monarchy has faced significant criticism in recent years, particularly over its relevance and cost to taxpayers. Leonor's increased visibility could either solidify support, or trigger intensified debate. The crown walks a tightrope, and every step Leonor takes is now under a global microscope. International observers are also watching closely. Across Europe, royal houses are aging, and questions of succession loom large. By comparison, Spain's young princess stands out, not only for her youth, but for the clarity of her path. Already, she's been invited to participate in pan-European dialogues on youth leadership and governance. In private royal circles, her poise is often compared to Princess Elizabeth of Belgium or Catharina Amalia of the Netherlands, but with a distinctly Spanish flair, regal, resilient, and remarkably composed. And what of King Felipe himself? Insiders suggest he is entering a phase of silent empowerment, pulling strings from behind the curtain, guiding Leonor with wisdom but letting her shine independently. He wants her to earn the people's trust, says one palace aide, not inherit it like furniture. The king's approval ratings have stabilized in recent months, and many attribute that not to flashy reforms, but to the trust he's quietly placing in the next generation. In a time where monarchies must either evolve or erode, Felipe and Leonor are becoming a duo of dual purpose, one bridging tradition, the other charging into tomorrow. The effect is powerful, even cinematic, a father and daughter reshaping an ancient institution with calm determination and emotional intelligence. Now, as Leonor continues her education and expands her role, many wonder what comes next. Will she represent Spain on official overseas tours? Will she speak before the European Parliament? Will she step into active royal duty sooner than anyone expects? The signs suggest yes. Her future is no longer a question of if, but how fast. This transformation of Princess Leonor from reserved royal daughter to frontline figure of Spanish sovereignty is no accident. It's a deliberate, historic, and deeply strategic move by King Felipe. And whether one supports monarchy or not, the spectacle of such a calculated evolution is impossible to ignore. One thing is clear: the crown is no longer merely worn, it is lived, every day, by a teenager whose path now holds the hopes of an entire nation. And so we ask you, Spain and the world, as Princess Leonor steps further into the light, shaping the future of the Spanish crown, do you believe she's ready to lead a new era of monarchy? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. What are your thoughts on this royal transformation?